Welcome to the Health Solutions for the Wired Life radio show. Our radio show dedicated to empowering all computer users to get a solution to the health problems inherent in today's wired life. This is the number one health issue for the 21st century. My name is Adetutu Joshi. I'm talking to you from the Vauxhall area of Union Township in New Jersey, here in the United States. I am a coach, author, consultant, and speaker on health solutions for the wired life. I help people to understand the wired life, what goes on in their bodies when they are using computers and or computerized devices such as cell phones, iPads, and so on. You never thought those were computers, right? But they actually are. This radio show is taking place at 6 p.m. today and will take place every Friday evening unless there are programming changes. We will be continuing where we left off last Friday. If you have not been listening to the broadcast, I urge you to go back and listen to prayer episodes after this one so you can fill in the gaps. I would first like to remind us of some foundational facts which I will keep on repeating each broadcast to help keep us focused, okay? First off, all of us work for a living, either for others or in our businesses, and our intention is to do so to live. However, because of the ignorance about the wildlife we are all living, its effect on human health, and the preventative and management measures that must be in place to minimize it, many of us are really working for a living to die, or at best live damaged lives. Secondly, the adage knowledge is power is perhaps truest in the issue of health solutions for the wired life. You must, however, first obtain the knowledge in order to access its power. Thirdly, computers are here to stay. We have so become dependent on them that humans will continue to use computers until our Maker rescues us from what we have unleashed upon ourselves. Fourthly, the computer is a dangerous tool like a knife, and just as we have to learn how to use the knife in such a way that we are in the driver's seat all the time, so we must do with the computer. As losing control to the knife is suicide, so is losing control to the computer. The fact that we have globally collectively decided that the best way to build a global economy is by destroying nature and trying to fix it, a feat we have no ability to do, is actually evidence of the fact that we have a global mental problem. Consequently, on these shows, I will be giving the audience an understanding of various aspects of the wildlife and the health consequences, as well as the solutions provided for us in nature by our Maker. Last week, I continued our discussion about the subject of the contribution of computer use to depression. Over the last 3 weeks, we learned that computer use can result in depression resembling symptoms. We learned that the very biochemicals, nutrients, and minerals that enable us to cope with life's issues and that keep us calm are depleted and used up during computer use. We also learned that the human machine is three-dimensional: body, soul, and spirit. That only one dimension is visible, which is the body, which is only a manifestation of the activities, or you might say codes operating in the other two realms. The messages from the two unseen realms are passed through biochemical light fields we call neurotransmitters. Consequently, depletions in these light fields will have a fundamental effect on the operations of the physical body. Computer use hurts us because the light from it is lifeless and cannot stimulate our hearts, to stimulate our brains, to produce neurotransmitters needed for our soul to perform the activity of computer use. Consequently, because we have chosen to use computers which cannot help us produce the biochemicals needed for the activity, The soul uses its resources of neurotransmitters to supplement the absence of sunlight, thereby shoring up the light from the computer by providing the magnetic fields that are missing in the computer light from our own systems, resulting in depletion. This is just a simple explanation of a very complex process that there were no books long enough to contain. Here we stopped last week and temporarily concluded our discussion of this topic. Now, this week we will begin to look at the various jobs we do and how these jobs and activities and their dependence on computer use hurt us, so we are aware. First, let us consider a job like that of a medical doctor. In years past, this was a profession where one could safely avoid computer use. Not so anymore. Doctors use computers for their work as much as anyone else. The medical profession is still today, however, mainly clueless. That's true. Let me repeat that again. The medical profession is still today, however, mainly clueless about computer use-induced health conditions. It is not taught in medical school, and many actually choose to say it is all in the mind and refuse to acknowledge that computer use hurts, even though they've been affected, because it has not yet been accepted by the profession at large or taught, and they do not know how to deal with it. Consequently, many people are unable to receive the help they need from their doctors, and many, lose their quality of life, they lose their career, and many even lose their lives to preventable health issues. Yes, because these computer use-induced health conditions can be minimized, and they do not have to result in a loss of life or a loss of career. But knowledge is what gives the power for that. Here we will stop. Think about your doctor and begin to think of how you can get him or her to listen to these shows and begin to appreciate what you are going through. Next week we will continue, and I hope your doctor will be listening for the sake of both you and your doctor. I cannot overemphasize the need to go back. Yes, I cannot overemphasize the need to go back and listen to prayer episodes, even if you have been around every week. And also get your doctor to listen to all the past episodes, because we humans need to hear things many times before they become sufficiently coded into the database of our hearts for us to take action concerning them. To get more understanding of these issues and to learn more, get a hold of my book, and let your doctors to get a hold of these books, starting with Lessons I Learned the Hard Way by Adetutu Joshua. That is the first of the 15 books I have written so far, and I am on my 16th. It is a must-have 300-page guidebook for all computer users, and in that book I cite a lot of information, a lot of research. I actually bridge a gap between what is written for us in a user manual given to us by a maker, we call the scriptures or the Bible, and what the research that has been done so far, because this is an issue that does not lend itself to the conventional way of research. The research, that is because whether you are whether you have a placebo and someone else who is doing something, you cannot really do this effectively, because trying to do research is saying that you want to send some people to death and you want some people to live. Meanwhile, even the ones you send to death will not be of use to you, because what happens is that we are so depleted by computer use that we cannot even express what is wrong with ourselves, and that's the problem. So research will not yield a good result. The only way to get the result is to have to go through it and come out alive. And that takes divine intervention by our Maker, whom many deride. And also by searching the user manual, we call the scriptures or Bible, that many are running away from. And what I have done in Lessons I Learned the Hard Way is to write all this in a way in which everyone can understand. So it's a book that can be read by everyone, by the lay person, by the doctor, by everyone. It's written for all. It is not a technical book, but it writes about all technical issues, but in a layman's language that is easy to follow and understand. This book and the other 14 books I have written are all available at Amazon.com in print and in ebook format for most ebook readers, including Kindle, iPad, Sony, and so on. Also visit my website www.foodsthathealdaily.com. That name is a combination of 4 words. The word foods, F-O-O-D-S, that's T-H-A-T, heal, H-E-A-L, daily, D-A-I-L-Y. foodsthathealdaily.com. There you can find more information. You can also direct people there as well as purchase my books from that site. There are 2 ways to shop on that website. You can click on shop on the menu tab, or you can click on the book gallery tab. The shop tab enables you to shop right on the website, while the book gallery provides a link for each book with our createspace.com e-store. We are now also on Facebook and have a Facebook store. So go there and get your friends on Facebook to go there. Direct them there. To find us on Facebook, search for foodsthathealdaily.com. Okay, and like us and follow us. Also visit my blog on that site and leave your comments and sign up for the newsletter. Remember to go through the various articles. I've actually written quite a number of them over time. I have other websites such as www.wiredlifesolutions.com, which is now almost available. I'm still doing some work on it. I'm sure some of you are saying I said the same thing last week. Yes, it's taking more time than I thought it would. Some of my other websites are currently in a repair mode, such as www.computeragehealthrisk.com, and some are still at the development stage. I will inform all of us on this show about each one as they become available. Meanwhile, go to www.foodsthathealdaily.com for all your information. Come by again next week, if it is Friday at 6 p.m. It is time to learn more about the wired life and how you can protect yourself. Contact me by email at adetutujose@gmail.com. That is my first and last name at gmail.com. adetutujose@gmail.com. I love to hear from everyone. Or you can use computerblessings@gmail.com if you prefer. See you again next week. Meanwhile, share this broadcast with all that you know in every way that you can. Okay? Share the YouTube video link. Let it go viral. And let the media begin to talk about this issue. And let there be a national and global conversation that saves many lives, including yours. Thank you, everybody, and good night.